Greetings to all, both the young and the elderly. We often believe that if we eat healthy, exercise regularly, and live a balanced life, our bodies will remain healthy, especially our legs, which bear the brunt of our daily lives. But have you ever wondered why, after just a short trip to the market, your legs feel so tired? Or why, after getting out of bed in the morning, your knees feel stiff and your feet tingle like ants crawling on them? Some people walk around the park and feel as though they've just climbed a steep hill, heavy legs and even swollen calves. Don't be too quick to assume that it's just old age. Of course, age has an effect, but sometimes the very things we think are healthy or nourishing may actually be silently eroding our health every day. I know many of you still have the habit of eating fruits regularly. Some of you start your day with a cold glass of orange juice. Others have a slice of watermelon for dessert after a meal, eat grapes while watching TV, and even nibble on a green apple late at night to help you sleep. On the surface, this sounds like a reasonable and healthy habit. After all, from childhood, we've been taught that eating fruits is essential for vitamins, good for our skin, and great for heart health. Eating bananas makes your legs stronger, they say. However, the truth isn't always as simple. Some fruits that are often praised for their health benefits can actually pose risks for people over 60. Not because they are toxic, but because after a certain age, our bodies react to foods differently. For example, I once spoke to a woman, over 65 years old from the Bentray region, who shared her experience. She said, "Every morning I would have a slice of pineapple to aid digestion. It seemed good, but after a few days, my knees became stiff and my legs were very sore. I thought it was from too much movement, but when I stopped eating pineapple for a week, I felt much better." This isn't a coincidence. Some fruits contain high amounts of natural sugar or strong acids that can significantly affect the blood vessels and joints of older adults without them even realizing it. These fruits don't cause immediate harm or pain, but over time, they gradually weaken the legs, making movement more difficult. The worst part is that we may not even realize that the culprit is the fruit we eat every day. In this series of videos, I want to share some surprising truths about familiar fruits that many people trust, but which could be causing joint pain, leg weakness, or even affecting heart health and blood sugar levels. But don't worry, I'm not saying you should stop eating fruit altogether. My goal is to help you choose the right fruits for your age and current health. Eating the right fruits can be very beneficial, but eating the wrong ones can bring health problems. Let's start by taking a closer look at some familiar fruits to see which ones should be limited and which ones are smart choices for middle-aged and older adults. First up is a fruit we all know well, pineapple. Pineapple has long been a favorite because of its sweet, slightly sour, and refreshing taste. Many older adults believe that eating pineapple can help reduce inflammation, alleviate joint pain, and aid digestion. Some even replace medicine with pineapple because they believe that it contains an enzyme called bromelain, which has natural anti-inflammatory properties. However, the truth is not always what we've been led to believe. When we're young, our bodies are strong, and our digestive, circulatory, and cardiovascular systems work well. Eating a slice of pineapple won't cause any harm. But after we turn 60, things change quietly. Our blood vessels become thinner, our blood sugar regulation weakens, and our joints begin to wear out. That's when the sugar and acid in pineapple become a burden. Pineapple contains natural sugars, and these sugars enter the bloodstream quickly. If you eat pineapple on an empty stomach in the morning, your body will respond by releasing insulin to balance the sugar levels. However, as we age, this mechanism weakens, leading to something called blood sugar shock, where small blood vessels, especially in the legs and feet, contract, become blocked, or fail to get enough blood supply. The result? After a short walk, you may begin to feel your legs become tired, numb, or heavy as lead. Some people even experience slight swelling in their ankles without understanding why. You may think it's because you walked too much, but it could be because of that slice of pineapple you had earlier. Furthermore, the acid in pineapple, especially when eaten regularly, can irritate already weak joints. If you suffer from arthritis, this acid can make the pain even worse. Some people experience aching knees and sore ankles, making walking much more difficult after eating pineapple. And here's the kicker. These pains don't come immediately. They build up over time. That's why many people don't suspect that pineapple is the cause. I remember a man from Dong Nai who told me, "I used to eat pineapple every week because I thought it was good for me. But as time went on, my legs became weaker. When I went to the temple and had to climb a few steps, I needed support. Then I read online and decided to stop eating pineapple for a month. After that, I felt much lighter." There's another group of people who are particularly sensitive to pineapple. Those who take blood-thinning medication. The enzyme bromelain in pineapple can interact with these medications, either increasing or decreasing their effectiveness, which could lead to bleeding or abnormal blood clotting. Even worse, pineapple doesn't cause immediate symptoms, so you may not realize there's a problem until your legs become weak or you experience persistent pain. This can cause people to continue eating pineapple, unaware that it's harming their health. So the question is, should you eliminate pineapple from your diet completely? The answer is no, it's not necessary. Pineapple still has many health benefits if eaten correctly and in the right amount. The key is to listen to your body. If you notice that after eating pineapple, your legs feel more tired than usual or your knees hurt, or if your feet or ankles start to swell or feel heavy after sitting for a long time, it may no longer be suitable for your body. Try reducing your pineapple intake. Avoid eating it on an empty stomach and opt for pineapple that is not too ripe or overly sweet. If possible, combine pineapple with high-fiber foods or light proteins like unsweetened yogurt or almonds to slow down the absorption of sugar. And if you're over 60 or taking medication for chronic conditions, be sure to carefully consider how pineapple fits into your weekly diet. Next, let's talk about another fruit that may seem harmless, but can slowly make your legs feel heavier each day: the banana. When you think of bananas, you might immediately react with, "Bananas can't be harmful. They're packed with potassium, good for muscles, and help prevent cramps." That's true. Bananas have long been regarded as a golden fruit for health. Inexpensive, easy to buy, and quick to eat, providing fast energy. Anyone who exercises, plays sports, or stays active is encouraged to eat bananas to help with muscle recovery. But did you know that after 60, the way our bodies absorb and react to fruits, including bananas, changes quietly? Bananas don't cause immediate pain. They won't make your knees ache 30 minutes after eating like pineapple, but they attack your body slowly, making movement feel heavier and heavier without you even realizing why. Why does this happen? Bananas contain natural sugars in the form of glucose and fructose, which are easily digested and absorbed quickly, providing an immediate energy boost. For young people, this is an advantage. But for older adults, especially those with poor circulation or pre-diabetes, the sugar in bananas can cause a mild blood sugar spike. While it may not be very noticeable, when this happens every day, it can cause the small blood vessels in your legs to work overtime. Imagine a pipe with a small leak. If it leaks just a few drops a day, it's no big deal. But after months of this, the pipe will begin to wear down, and one day it might break unexpectedly. Your legs are the same. When blood sugar levels fluctuate even slightly, it causes inflammation in the soft tissues in your feet, ankles, and knees, leading to a feeling of heaviness and sluggishness when you walk. Moreover, bananas are sticky, which means that if you don't exercise after eating one, it can cause feelings of bloating and indigestion. For older adults with slower digestion, eating a banana without combining it with other foods may lead to gas buildup, bloating, and overall fatigue, leaving your arms and legs feeling weak. Some people even eat bananas at night to help them sleep, but after a few days they notice their legs are sore and they have difficulty sleeping, waking up in the middle of the night with mild cramps. The main cause is that bananas temporarily upset the body's electrolyte balance, especially when eaten too much or at the wrong time. I once spoke with a retired doctor from Hugh, who is over 70, and he shared, "I used to eat 1 or 2 bananas every morning. but gradually I started feeling more tired and my knees became heavy. At first I thought it was just age, but when I stopped eating bananas for a week, the symptoms improved significantly. This is a true story, and I believe many of you may be in the same situation without realizing it. Of course, not everyone who eats bananas experiences this. Bananas still offer great nutritional value, including potassium and vitamin B6, which helps maintain blood pressure. But the key is to eat them the right way and at the right time. If you want to eat bananas without affecting your leg and joint health, keep these guidelines in mind. Don't eat bananas late at night, especially before bed. Don't eat bananas on an empty stomach, as they can cause blood sugar drops or digestive issues. Don't eat too many at once. One banana a day is plenty for older adults. Combine bananas with other high-fiber foods or light proteins like yogurt, tofu, or nuts to balance out the nutrients. And especially if you notice symptoms like heavy legs when walking, difficulty standing up after sitting for a long time, or mild cramps at night, reconsider your banana intake. As you can see, bananas themselves aren't bad, but without understanding your body, what seems beneficial could end up causing harm. Next, let's explore a small sweet fruit that's often thought to be good for heart health but can end up causing pain in your toes each night: the grape. Grapes are small, shiny, and sweet, and they are often kept in the fridge ready for a quick snack. Grapes are frequently chosen as a light snack or dessert, especially for older adults, because they're convenient and believed to be good for heart health. This is true. Grapes contain antioxidants, which help protect blood vessels, especially resveratrol, which is beneficial in preventing heart disease. But if we stop here and overlook the downsides, we might unintentionally bring harm upon ourselves. Has anyone here ever woken up with a sharp pain in their toes, or felt stiffness in their calves and tingling in their feet, with no idea why? Don't rush to blame the sleeping position or a calcium deficiency. Grapes, which seem so harmless, might be the culprit. Why is this? The issue lies with fructose, a natural sugar found in grapes. This sugar is absorbed quickly by the body and goes directly to the liver. When there's too much fructose, the liver can't process it fast enough and turns the excess into fat and uric acid. Uric acid is the culprit behind the painful, sharp joint pains, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees. Gout, a common condition for middle-aged people, often starts here. Many people don't drink alcohol, don't eat organ meats, and avoid seafood, yet they still suffer from joint pain and swollen toes. They don't realize that the sweet grapes they enjoy as a dessert could be one of the causes. I remember a woman from Bin Duong sharing her experience. I always thought grapes were good for me, so I ate them every night. After a few weeks, I began to feel sharp pain in my big toe every time I stepped on it. I went to the doctor, but nothing was clearly wrong. When I stopped eating grapes for a while, the pain went away. This is not just one person's story. Many others, especially those with a history of arthritis, high blood pressure, or liver issues, experience similar symptoms. Grapes, because they are so easy to eat, are often consumed in larger quantities than we realize. Just a small handful of about 15 to 20 grapes is enough to provide enough sugar to strain the liver. Over time, the buildup of uric acid can gradually affect your joints, making them less flexible than before. Another point many people don't realize is that grapes don't fill you up, so we tend to eat them continuously without keeping track. You might eat grapes while watching TV, chatting on the phone, and before you know it, you've finished the entire bunch. And don't be fooled by raisins. Some people think that raisins have less sugar because the water has evaporated. In fact, raisins are a concentrated form of sugar, with the fructose content per 100 grams more than double that of fresh grapes. Therefore, eating a small bunch of raisins can be equivalent to eating an entire plate of white rice. I'm not saying you should cut grapes out of your diet, but please be cautious. If you often experience painful toes at night or stiffness in your legs, it might be time to reconsider how much grapes are in your diet. Let's be aware of the hidden dangers and